everybody, welcome to an episode of Poorly Reviewed. I am Sean.
And I'm Asia.
And we saw Malignant.
Got a Malignant.
I got a Malignant in my throat.
I was kind of excited through the trailers, but...
I was excited for this James Wan.
Yeah. Like, and then just seeing how, like, visually it looks really interesting, and then, well... Yes.
He knows how to direct a shot.
What did you think about this movie?
No bueno.
You didn't like it?
Like, it was well shot. The acting was pretty decent. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But as with most of the reviews I've done lately, the story falls apart the moment you think about it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, kind of, even the opening, I felt like, okay, this is kind of had some camp elements to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, so what is the tone we're going for here? Do you want me to summarize?
Sure.
Okay, because you don't remember?
Yes.
Okay, so quickly, we follow the story of Madison. It looks like she works in the medical field. She kind of is in an abusive relationship. And in the first scene, we see that her husband gets got. Yeah, well, I mean, there has to be an opening kill. So
it's in the trailer.
Yeah, she is losing time, losing memory. She's kind of had this traumatic event. We find out that she's being haunted by the visions of someone who's killing these people in a certain pattern. Where they're all connected.
Yeah. She's trying to figure it out.
We're trying to figure it out, and then she's working with law enforcement. And they don't quite work on, like, they don't find out what's going on. They find out what's going on together. And that's the big mystery, but it's also a kind of a slasher.
Mostly a slasher with some psychological
mumbo
jumbo that really throws you off. It's kind of like a red herring, basically.
Yeah, what it made it very interesting is, like, okay, she's experiencing kills as they take place. So that was kind of the mystery that kind of incited, everyone's interest. And then you find out it's not.
You basically broke it down pretty well. The movie is there's a lot of things where you're saying, why are you doing that?
Right.
What are you doing? Stop that. Why? If you're asking that one too many times, then there's a problem somewhere.
Right. There's some logic gaps in, like, how people react to certain things, and you're just like, how could you not remember this? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just leave? Why do you follow this person? There's a lot of things. It started campy, got serious.
Yeah. And
then it got campy again, and kind of like the ending or the big spoiler kind of reminded me of, like, a little Troma-ish type things.
Mm-hmm.
And if they kind of leaned into the campiness, maybe that would have been a little bit more fun.
It would have been more fun. But it's a
super
James Wan movie, so.
Yeah, so there's, like, super serious subject matter, and then the kills are horrifying.
Oh my god.
So, I mean, we can just kind of get into it. Well, overall, the movie looks good. It's a very good looking movie.
James Wan knows how to direct a shot, like I said.
Yeah, and the like, where's an action sequence pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into it.
He's always been good at action sequences. Like, if you've ever watched Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon, the fight in the parking garage, and then the fight in the house, I mean, he's got some of the most unique, like, realistic fight sequences that would happen with a normal person, where you're not seeing, like, crazy shit happening all the time. Although something does happen pretty crazy in this movie with some of the action.
Yeah, visually it's good. Visually interesting. The sets were good. The actors were pretty strong. It's just, we can just get into it. You want to get into it? No.
It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
She would have died trying to remove this piece from them, and he would not be alive. So, I mean, you basically got this mishmash movie monster with
it's a conjoined twin.
It's stupid. That's why I only want to talk. It's stupid.
Fully absorbed, and apparently they share a brain. I mean, with the problems that I have, that it was kind of like.
You would die. You couldn't share a brain.
All right. This is supernatural weirdness.
Why does he have a face on it?
Because he's so strong.
Looks like Pumpkin Man.
Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead, yeah.
No, but I think that the problem was that we kind of saw it coming. Like, I mean, the title gives it away, Malignant, and then you cut out the cancer, all of that.
Oh my god, that tagline made me laugh so hard. You got to cut out the cancer.
Cut out the cancer. and it's just, I don't know. The actual way that he controls her body. It's creepy as hell.
It's unique.
It's very unique, but at the same time, it was like, oh, it's a twin, and then it's taking over her brain, and they share a brain, and she doesn't know that, and then all of that. It's like, I don't know. It was just a little too silly for me.
Yeah, and the actual visual of it looked really silly as well. Like I said,
when her face is like sleeping.
She's sleeping, and this monster. She opens up the back of her skull, and this face comes out through the brain and goes. Ah!
I mean, we see it the first time when he jumps on top of the dude on the bed, and he's just like.
They don't explain why he has superhuman strength or how fast he is or how they can't feel pain. That she's able to put her skull back together each time that he takes over, or how that she doesn't feel her shoulders are breaking and because she dislocates them every time. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Nothing makes any sense.
I do like the little touches though of like the clues, but it's like
there's clues.
There are clues.
And of course, they recap it at the end.
Yeah.
Because it's a James Wan movie.
Just in case you
and they
didn't
recap it at the end.
Yeah, just so you know, it's a twin, and he takes over the body, and we find that out.
It's a twin!
And why does the sister have to go to the insane asylum
by herself? Why didn't she call up the detective guy that's clearly sweeting on her?
And
nothing made sense.
That's another reason why I had problems with it, because it was like they make a point that the detective takes all the books of these conjoined twin cases that the doctor had the first victim has, and they read them all, but they didn't have all that information about the twin in the one that was specific.
They didn't talk about the conjoined portion of the twin. Her.
If they just said like, maybe she took it and burnt it.
Maybe they didn't want to forget about it, and so they just said, "Nah, we'll keep it off record. No books."
Overall, so we don't get into it too much. I think it had a lot of issues. Visually, it's interesting. It's an interesting concept, but
the monster would have been cool in a different light. Like they use this monster differently. Maybe she knows that the brother has been there this whole time. That might have been more interesting, and she was kind of complicit to the situations to keep him at bay, and so she can also survive. That would have made more sense. But the murder mystery that they tried to pull off, it was stupid.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting idea. I think it was just kind of logic gaps kind of made it really dumb for us. But
that's all I got. I can't talk about this thing anymore. I'm sorry, James. Death Sentence is one of my favorite movies.
Oh my gosh.
But this movie was not it, my dude. You're not. This is not that guy.
You're not that
All
guy.
right.
But the kills were fun. So
yes, the kills were good.
I'll give it probably a slightly like above average, maybe a 6. For like people who like the kills, the action as like a slasher part of it. Like that portion of it was fun.
Sure.
And it is an interesting idea, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a straight up 5 for originality, and because I respect James.
It's almost how I feel about Candyman, like how they could have did something.
Yeah, there's something there.
There's something there, but it was just executed wrong.
No, they got the wrong guy.
They got the wrong guy. If you like this video, consider liking this video. We're going to keep doing reviews on the movies that we find very interesting. Kind of like this one. We were drawn in by the trailer. So down the line, we're going to keep looking at videos that we find interesting, and we'll have recalls for you soon. And that's it.
That's all I got.
Bye.
Thanks for stopping by.
Is that it? What is that? Oh, it's got a mouth at the bottom.
Yeah, that's a squid.
It's scary. I don't like it.
You got to cut out the cancer.
Cut out the cancer.